was getting a lot of traction. Well, still little baby steps, Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of Bound Today. So I noticed that the blog has grown from, just sharing it to family and friends to now having people who are outside of my circle reading the blog, watching my content, subscribe to my newsletter, and a number of people have been asking, what is the blog about? What is HoneyDrops blog about? So in this video, I'm going to be explaining what HoneyDrops blog is, what you should expect from us, what we've done so far, and what we intend on doing, and how you can be a part of the HoneyDrops community, or like I like to say now, a HoneyDrops chiver. So first off, what is HoneyDrops blog? How did this start? So HoneyDrops blog started as a personal blog, personal in the sense that I was sharing contents that are basically a documentary, or should I say documentation of my experiences, how I saw life at a particular point, and sharing that with my friends and family. And then over time, it evolved to becoming a Gen Z lifestyle blog. And I think that shift from a personal brand to making it more public has, it was getting a lot of traction. Well, still little baby steps, but definitely and surely people that I don't even know personally have been gone to, consume content from HoneyDrops blog, right? So hence that's why I'm doing this video and explain how to say, okay, this is what HoneyDrops blog is, this is what we do, and so that people can easily transition and feel like they're part of this community. So if you are one of such people, welcome to the blog and welcome to this episode of Bound Today. So what is a Gen Z lifestyle blog? Well, a Gen Z lifestyle blog is basically a platform that is created to show off the different levels or different nature of who Gen Zs are. So it focuses on lifestyle content basically, and then you see content such as culture, pop, education, relationships, love, finances show up on this blog. How do you know if you're a Gen Z? Well, you would know that you're a Gen Z if you are born within 1997 to 2012. But this year range can vary, like it changes, depends on what social group you're listening to, what social platform you're consuming. Some might say it starts from 1995, some might say it starts in 1999 down to 2010. But what we know for sure is that from 1997 down to 2010 or 2012, you are a Gen Z. And there are times where you might feel, oh, I'm not born in this range. Why do I feel like I'm Gen Z in some sort of way? Well, there's something that I like to call the bridge generation. So the bridge generation are generally people who feel like they're too young to be millennials, and those who feel like they're too old to be Gen Zs. Well, there are some kind of character traits or experiences that they also feel familiar with, things that they can affiliate with. So that is what is known as the bridge generation. I've written a number of blogs on this. You can find it in the blog. I'll drop the link in the description. So must I be Gen Z before I can enjoy your content? No, you don't have to be Gen Z before you can enjoy your content. You may be a bit younger than Gen Zs, although I doubt that generation alpha is using YouTube now or using the internet. It's something that they will find in later on, and you might be quite older, but you definitely see some experiences that you might find relatable. The basis of the content on HoneyDrops blog or Bound Today generally is something that's relatable, something that people can feel a part of. So yes, surely you're going to enjoy it. Another question that people might ask is, when you say lifestyle, what we'll be talking about? Like I've said previously, our lifestyle content will focus on education, will focus on jobs, it will focus on love, relationships, going to focus on culture, it's going to focus on careers, just to show the different levels, the different ways that Gen Zs enjoy life. And for now, the blog is focused on Nigerian Gen Zs, and well, over time I'm looking at letting it go beyond that. Let's talk about African Gen Zs in Africa, Gen Zs all over the world. Big dreams, we're definitely getting there. Another thing that you should look out for when it comes to the contents that we put out is I'm currently working on something with the team. There's a team at HoneyDrops Blog, but yes, I'm working on something called Gen Z in Business. So it's basically a HoneyDrops startup feature. So we're just showcasing different Gen Zs who are in business or who work in startups or who want startups themselves. We're interviewing them, letting them come on the blog to share their businesses, share what their experiences are like. So it's definitely something that you look at for, and this is part of the content that we'll put out. So you're definitely going to enjoy it. So when I say lifestyle content, I will be getting an angle of where I'm coming from. So we are going to be talking about social and political issues. Yes, definitely. We cannot stay out of topics like that because leaders of tomorrow is not over 70. So surely we're going to be talking about that. If you remember the NSAS incidents, things like that, the not too young to run campaign, we're going to definitely be focusing on political issues like that. It's time for the youth to take over. And then social issues, mental health discussions, mental health topic. Surely anything you can think of, we're going to do it here. Although I'm aiming like we're not going to bite more than we can chew, but surely we're going to touch on all of those topics, and I really want you to be a part of it. So one thing that will come to your mind is, okay, you've said all this, how can I be a part of this community? Well, it is not hard. It's actually not hard. The first thing that you should do is obviously subscribe to this YouTube channel for weekly videos, and then you can also subscribe to the newsletter. I'm going to be dropping the link in the description. The newsletter, people are feeding fast, they're enjoying, like once every week a newsletter goes out. And then another thing that you should do is to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Threads. Okay, Twitter is now called X, but we're everywhere basically, and our handle is simple: HoneyDrops Blog. Just search for HoneyDrops Blog, and then wherever you are, you'll find us there. And we usually do Twitter Spaces. So the Twitter Spaces for Gen Z creatives, it's on hold for now, but it's coming back soon, and it's enjoyable. It's a discussion platform for Gen Z creatives, tech enthusiasts, tech bros, techies, content creators, designers, developers, whatever you can think of, whatever you do, join the Gen Z creatives. It holds on Twitter. And then we have monthly WhatsApp discussions. So there's so many ways that you can join, but the first step to doing this is to subscribe to this channel, and then obviously follow us on social media, subscribe to our newsletter, and you stay updated on whenever any of our content drops or whenever we're having any of our discussions or spaces. So another question that have come up and that I've received concerning the blog is if we accept guest contributions. Yes, we do. So if you have any experience relating to Gen Zs that you would like to share, or any story, any content that you feel Gen Zs might benefit from, please feel free to send to us. You're going to be credited for your work. We're not going to charge you anything. It's basically free. As long as it is not plagiarized content, we're definitely going to publish it. So if you want to send a blog post or send your contribution to us, please use the email that will be adding in the description as well. So you can just send it to us via mail, or you just reach out to us via any of our social media platform, and definitely you get a response, and your blog will be up in no time. Another question is, can I request specific topics on your blog? Well, yes, you can. There was a time that I released a particular blog post, and then I think it was about love, and someone reached out that we need another part to this, and currently the blog is working on a series that will address a lot of those questions. So yes, you can request for such topics. Someone has requested that we do sports as well on the blog. It's work in progress. We'll get there, so let's not bite more than we can chew. Right, but definitely you can send requests for any topic or any particular feature, any area of life that you want us to talk about. We're definitely going to do that. So to do that, as usual, follow us on social media or drop a comment on any of our videos. Okay, so one question that I've gotten recently was if older generations can benefit from our content. Yes, you can read our content, follow us on social media. It's definitely going to be of benefit to you. And then something that I like to ask myself is, what differentiates HoneyDrops blog from other blogs? Well, as much as I like to say it has evolved from personal experience to where it is now, it's more of, it's not outsiders that are saying this, right? It's not someone who is outside of the Gen Z age cohort or age group or age brackets that are saying this. It's an actual Gen Z. I am a Gen Z that is sharing this, all of these stories. So I think I said once, it's a blog of Gen Zs by Gen Zs for Gen Zs with Gen Zs, all of that stuff. So it's basically Gen Zs, and it's to not let millennials or older cohorts to grow a narrative, or to tell a narrative, or to spin a narrative, or create a narrative, whatever the case may be, about Gen Zs. It's up to us to tell our stories. And Gen Zs have been stereotyped to being loud, noisy. Some of us are introverts, right? So it's just showing a different aspect of Gen Zs that's going to be told by Gen Zs. So this is what set us apart, aside any other thing that I can think of later on. But right now, this is what set us apart. It's a blog of Gen Zs for Gen Zs and by Gen Zs. So if you've watched this video up to this point, I hope I have answered a number of questions when it comes to HoneyDrops blog. If you have more questions, please drop them in the comment section. I'm definitely going to respond to them. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm going to respond to them definitely. So if you have questions, please drop them. Don't forget, like I said, to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And don't forget, like I said, to follow us on social media, subscribe to our newsletter. Just generally stay connected to us and get updates whenever they drop. As I love to say, a drop of honey for the day. Bye guys.